Let's bring in former Acting Attorney General Matt Whitaker and Terrell County, Texas Sheriff Thaddeus Cleveland. Gentlemen, thank you both for coming on. This statement by Governor Newsom, to you first, Sheriff, is kind of amazing to me about California National Guard, how he doubled the number down there, and yet our correspondents on the ground have not seen a National Guard person in the past week or 2 weeks. What do you think about that?
I'm not surprised. That's the way the state of California has defended their portion of the border for many years. Look, it's starkly different than the state of Texas, and more importantly, fentanyl that crosses in Arizona and California far more than it does here in Texas, at least by seizures that have been made. It's not staying in California, and it's not staying in Arizona. It's being transported throughout the United States. So not only should Californians be mad, but also Americans should be very frustrated with this, with fentanyl being transported.
Frustrated and very scared about this, because we talk about this, Matt, a couple of times. The 8 Tajikistan illegal immigrants who came across who had ties to ISIS. Here's Ted Cruz talking about how the border really was just kind of unvetted and let these people just walk right in.
Joe Biden, the Biden administration had them. They were in our custody. If Biden had followed the law, he would have put them on a plane and sent them back to Tajikistan. Right. He didn't. He did a vetting that was thoroughly inaccurate.
It was inaccurate and very dangerous. Your thoughts on this, Matt?
Well, and remember, Trace, that not only did these 8 come from Tajikistan, but that's the same place that the ISIS-K terrorists that killed 150 people in Moscow recently also came from. I mean, the border has created the largest national security threat that we've probably ever seen in our lifetimes. I think this is bigger than 9/11, and I think we've reached a point where all Americans are going to have to be vigilant, because there are so many people that we either know are terrorist threats or are unknown terrorist threat sleeper cells that are just sitting waiting to become operational.
The Daily Caller says, quoting here, Biden administration immigration officials let nearly 12,000 at-risk migrants roam the country, watchdog finds. ICE officers release 11,000 plus non-citizens from their custody despite receiving risk classification assessments that recommended they remain detained, according to a report by the Department of Homeland Security's Office of the General Inspector. They were warned, Sheriff. They were warned, and they did not care.
And the number's likely higher. Again, they're going to put out numbers that they've told us many different stories, whether it's about flying people into the United States that we had no idea about it, that the border's secure, that they need more funding. They continue to pile on more lies, more stories. And like Matt said, look, we have what happened in Moscow. We're certainly right for that, but not just that. We have to look at all the Chinese that have been allowed into the United States that are mainly here for the cybersecurity type warfare with us, whether it's in the banking industry or if it's also a lot of our infrastructure in the United States.
Yeah, it's very true. The New York Post writes the following: pressure mounts on Biden administration to issue national terrorism alert after arrest of suspected ISIS-tied border crossers. It goes on to say the DHS last issued a national terrorism alert to the public on May 5th, 2023, concerning domestic extremist violence, an alert that expired in November of 2023. I'm not sure who they're talking about. Maybe moms going to school boards. Matt, we don't know. But this seems like an appropriate time to start warning the American people that there's a lot of people that we have no idea what their intent is who are now in this country.
Yeah, instead of paying attention to, Catholics that are regular church attenders, I think they should pay more focus on this. And while DHS may not be willing to issue this bulletin, FBI Director Wray has been very clear. Every time he's been in front of Congress, he just keeps raising the alarm, saying how serious this threat is. And I just don't feel like the Biden administration first took border security serious. We had it secure in the Trump administration. They let it completely fall apart. And now they're dealing with that, but they're not going to criticize themselves by pointing out that they're the ones that gave us this insecure border. But the American people are going to pay the price, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's almost as if they put this warning out there, it would be a big sign that, look, we screwed up, we're sorry, but we're trying to fix it. But they won't do that, and so they're risking security over the sake of making themselves look bad. Matt Whitaker, Sheriff, thank you both for coming on.
Thanks, Trace.
Thank you, Trace. God bless.